Here is a continuation of our previous video on how to make a bustier with an asymmetric yoke. So to start, here is my pattern which I've gone ahead to cut out. Now on the main fabric, I'm using a Duchess which I iron. While for the lining, I'm using a mix of the Duchess and a bridal satin, which I'll be ironing a gum stay to for the front. So I added ½ inch at the front and at the lower part. I also added ½ inch on top. So this is what I have. Moving over here too, I added ½ inch all the way around my pattern, and I also cut out 2 pieces for this, the main fabric and the lining. On the lining, I ironed a gum stay, and on the main fabric, I ironed an stay. I also repeated the same process on the other side of this pattern also. First, I'll go ahead to join the lining piece of my pattern, which I'll place, and I'll go ahead to pin and join. So I'll pin both sides and I'll be joining it with ½ inch, and after joining, I'll also join this side also. Now to pad the main fabric of this dress, what I'll do is to cut from the under bust, then I'll come down a little because I don't want the padding all the way up. Now I'll be bringing the sides, I'll place this, then go ahead to trace what I have here, and I'm going to go ahead to pick that point and I'll cut in this way, going all the way to the other side. Now after cutting this, I'm going to cut out for the other side also. So you can use the same pattern or you can go ahead to trace out again. So after cutting this, I'll be using this to cut out 5 layers of stay each. I'm using stay to pad my dress because I'm making this dress with a Duchess. So I'm using a Duchess fabric, and most times if you pad your Duchess with a wadding or a bra foam, the line shows on the dress. So what I did was to go ahead to cut out layers of stay. So now the minimum you can use for this is about 5 layers. So what I did was to go ahead to place stay, and I'll be placing the layer of the stay on it this way, and I'll go ahead to iron. Make sure each part is facing each layer of the stay is facing the one that has the glue or gum on it. That is the sticky part of your stay. But if you're not using your stay, if you're using your wadding, you can still go ahead to cut out this the same process. So I'm just going to place this and I will be ironing this, and I'll also repeat this on the other side, then go ahead to join it with ½ inch also. So after I'm done stitching, this is what I have, and I went ahead to iron it out, right? So this is the wrong part and this is what it's looking like. Now I'm going to attach this yoke. Now I added ½ inch all the way around my yoke. So what I'll do is to go ahead to stitch the 2 sides of my yoke, and I'm going to go ahead to trim out the excess and turn it to the right side. So this is what I have, right? And I'm going to attach this to the bustier. So you want to make sure you note where the neckline, the yoke part starts. So if you're not sure, you can refer back to your pattern and go ahead to notch that point. So what I'll do now is to go ahead to place, and I will pin. I'm just going to flip this way, and I'm going to go ahead to pin it. So you want to pin this before going ahead to stitch. After pinning, I'll go ahead to stitch this down. I'll be stitching it, and I will now go ahead to turn it up with the lining. So this is what I have after I am done stitching the yoke to the main bustier pattern. Now flip in the yoke and I'll place the lining piece. Now for the neckline of this yoke, that same line you use in joining the yoke to the bustier, that is what you'll be stitching with. Now I went ahead to pin my dress all the way around, right? Because we are going to go ahead to turn this to the right side. You're going to find this difficult turning it together at once. You can turn the yoke part. So I'll just go ahead and mark ½ inch all the way around my pattern, which I'll be stitching. But for the yoke, make sure you stitch for the neckline, stitch on that same line you have at the yoke. Then I'll stitch the lower part to this asymmetric part, and then by the side I'll just leave a little space which I'll be turning it with. So I'm done stitching. What I'll do is to go ahead to use my scissors to notch this round to make it relax. Now if you notice I have a space by the side, I'm going to be turning it to the right side from that side and then pleat it in with ½ inch to top stitch. After I'm done turning the front part, this is what I have, right? Now let's move over to the back. Now here is my pattern for the back, and this is what I have. So for each pattern I added like a joining allowance to it, right, all the way around this pattern. I also added at the other side all the way around except for this side. Now what I'll do is to join this with ½ inch, and also repeated that for the lining. So here's the yoke of the back. So sorry I could not video when I was cutting out this part or the yoke on it, but I added ½ inch all the way by the sides and at the upper part and also at the lower part. So for the back pattern, the yoke is not the same. One side of the sleeve is smaller, so I went in leaving about ½ inch for turning up allowance, right? So what I will now do is to go ahead to like stitch my yoke, the two sides of the yoke, and iron it out. I went ahead to use it to turn the yoke of the front. So after that, we'll be attaching it to the back. So I'll be leaving about ½ inch, then I'll pin the yoke to the center, then go ahead to take the front side. So that means the yoke will be in between the lining and the main fabric, and I'll go ahead to stitch it down with ½ inch at the upper part. Now I'll also go ahead to stitch this down with ½ inch at the sides of my pattern. Just like I said, I'll be stitching here with ½ inch at the upper part and also at the side, and repeat this at the other side. So after I was done stitching, this is what I had. So I ran like 2 stitches at the back. One will be for the eyelet and one will be for the boning at the back of this dress. So after this, be inserting a boning through the first channel I created. After that, I cut out a little piece of fabric which I'll be turning the lower part. So after I was done turning the lower part of the dress, this is what I had. Now when we are drafting out this pattern, I added 1.5 inches for the sewing allowance. So since we used ½ inch for turn up, I have 1 inch left. So on both sides, I'll go ahead to mark 1 inch for stitching up allowance by the side of the dress. So you can do this if you're sure that when you were stitching you only used ½ inch. If not, you can just place and add your measurements, right? So this is like the easiest way to shape this without having to recheck your measurements, but you have to be accurate. So let me use the bust to check. I placed my tape and I measured my shoulder to bust. Now I placed my tape across what I have here. Now what I have is 18.5, and my bust circumference is 33 divided by 4. I have 16.5. Now if you minus 16.5 from 18.5, what you have left is 2 inches, which will still give me that 1 inch on both sides. After this, I made a little structured sleeve, although it's not so structured, but I just made something to attach by the side, and what I'll do is to attach it to this point, then tack it down at the back of the dress. So before going ahead to stitch this, what I'll do is I'll just flip this in and top stitch to give it a neat look, and then go ahead to attach it to the dress. And after I was done attaching, this is what I have. If you have any question, kindly leave it at the comment section.